Hey, yo, building downtown. Corey Charron is here. Jason Kelly, Amy Barton, as always. And today's the day we're going to get Charron to do his Cat Williams on a podcast. Just fucking lose it. Bring in all the numbers. How's it going, my man?
Doing good, bro. Just ran a 4.1. I'm faster than always. Read 3,742 books today. I'm feeling energized and intelligent.
You're a whole asshole too.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to drink. I won't do that again.
Yo, that fucking Cat Williams thing was something else, though, man. Holy shit. But yeah, in all seriousness, though, you got 2024. You're starting off with a bang. February 10th, you're starting off the National Arts Center thing with the battle rap event you're throwing or not throwing. What exactly is your role in it? You're listed as curator on the website. I know you're battling Cali Smooth at it, but did they reach out to you? Like, are you an organizer of this, or what's the deal with this thing? Because it's not your typical battle rap event, right?
For sure, yeah. So the NAC hit me up and they said that they have funding for a battle rap event and that it's recognized as theater art and they want to put together a show. So that battle rap event is actually the headline for the NAC Theater Week in Ottawa. And basically they hit me up to curate the event. So I set up all the matches, connected all the battlers, put all that together. And yeah, just decided to battle Cali Smooth for the main event for it.
So was it the city of Ottawa reached out to you, or is this like a government federal thing, or?
It's the National Arts Center. So I think that I think it's part of the government. I'm not sure, but they have funding for it, right? So they're just like, this is how much we have. Can you put together a battle rap event? And I just kind of, use my connections with the battle rappers to set up a card.
You got 100 bullets coming outside. I didn't even know he did that anymore. And battling A Ward on top of it. How the fuck did that come together?
Bullets has been out since like 2016, I think. So it's a long awaited return. So yeah, he's still watching battle rap. He was just kind of waiting for the right moment and he felt this was good.
They were. Another thing I found funny too, in Canada, National Arts Center, and you're battling a guy that literally has Cali in his fucking name.
I know, right? What a good way to spend Justin Trudeau's money.
I mean, shame you can't post about it.
Is it gonna go better than Canada AM?
Oh man, nothing's gonna go better than Canada AM.
Amy, do you know the Canada AM story?
Definitely not.
So Organic was asked to go on the show Canada AM to highlight upcoming battle rap event, and Organic decided to bring Charron and HFK with him. And Charron and HFK did what you're not supposed to do on like morning network television. It was HFK even going at the host.
Yeah, he was saying he was like jerking off to pictures of the host. Wild stuff. And she's like 70 years old or something.
Oh, and there was no fair warning. Like this wasn't a skit or anything.
Oh no.
Perfect.
It was a very bad look for everyone involved.
Yes,
so did she like cut you early or like was it just?
No, they let it go out.
Perfect.
It's all online there. There's a lot of people that were not happy with it.
This
was like a long time ago, I assume.
Yeah, I guess 2016, 17 time probably, but it's funny if you're into like uncomfortable news bloopers, it's great.
I mean, who isn't?
Yeah, and I remember talking to you afterwards too, like not right after, but however long after, and you're telling me they ushered you guys out immediately. They thought you guys are fucking leaving.
And if they even know how much worse it could have been, depending on who else could have shown up.
Well, it was weird, right? Because we showed up to do like a rehearsal before, and it wasn't the news anchors we were speaking to there, but it was the camera crew and everything, right? And they heard everything we said, and they're just like, cool, yeah, sounds good. And then once we got there and like, the newscast was all like 70-year-old ladies, we kind of realized, we look at each other like, this like our material is not going to go over well with these old ladies. They were offended by it, which made it worse, right? But I feel like if it was younger, more hip people and they're laughing at it, people wouldn't have looked at it like it was so outrageous.
Are those shows up there live or is there like a delay? Like they could have killed it if they needed to.
Oh, it was live. It was on Family.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's like what like retired people sit and drink their coffee 2 in the morning.
Oh, people are pissed.
It's what was that show? Seven. There was something 100 Club. I'm not old enough, or apparently American enough to remember what it was.
The what?
The 700 was it 700 Club?
I don't know what that is.
Apparently I don't either. Yeah, that's that. That's the little, it was on Christian Broadcasting Network, and that was the little old people drink your coffee show.
Yeah. I don't think they want HFK and Sharon on that show either.
No. Most people don't.
I would like them on that show.
So working, spending Trudeau's money. Are you gonna be working in Parliament next? You gonna take up a career in politics?
Yeah, man. One of these days, we'll have to run for mayor or something of Ottawa 30, 40 years from now. We'll see what the world's looking like. It's already a little dark right now. Things are a little grim for the economy. So how much worse could it get, right?
No shit.
Imagine that out loud.
Can you imagine the political debates though with you versus whoever? That's pay-per-view.
That could be good. Yeah, we'll see. It will be. I mean, I'd probably upset a lot of people with my language, but I could probably keep it PG, and we'll see. But I don't know. It's not something I'm looking forward to doing right away.
But look, you can start now as a side gig and just like be a ghostwriter
For politicians.
Right.
Political debates.
Yeah.
It's a possibility. My grandparents would be happy, but we'll see.
Then you'll be full of all kinds of scandals. You'll be on Epstein Island next and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, I think I have too much of an extensive list of YouTube material where I'd be canceled if I tried to run for anything serious.
Oh yeah, they start digging in your past. I mean, what was the song you and Swish had just put out like a year and a half ago on your album? 11 Salt Nav, 10 Salt Nav.
Yeah, 11 Salt and True Story.
See, like that right there, you're canceled already. You can no longer run. They'll bring that up on YouTube and they'll be like, what was this guy into? That was a crazy story, man. That was, and surprising too, right? Because like, you obviously don't come off to the fans as a guy who would ever have had anything like that in his life.
Mm-hmm.
That is a wild song. Did you get much feedback on that from people?
Yeah, people
like shocked that, you know what I mean?
People seem to enjoy it, but there was there is a lot of things going on behind the scenes, so I don't really talk about it much publicly, right? Because I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So people could go listen to the song and make their own conclusions about it, but there's not much more I could say.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And what else you got lined up so far this year? Danny Myers, he got that. I saw today, what's his name? British dude. Shuffle T. That just came out today.
Shuffle T in Ireland. That's going to go down in, I think, July 6th. March 2nd, I think, is me and Danny in New Orleans on the Arsenal's League UW. Yep. And then Cali Smooth. And then other than that, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I usually don't have like 3 battles lined up at once. So we'll see. I'm sure I'll do other big battles this year as well.
Yeah, well, Ireland's not till what, July or June or something?
I don't know why they announced it. Like, they hit me up about it like 2 days ago. And then signed the contract. And I'm like, yeah, July sounds good. And then all of a sudden, they're like, we announced it. I'm like, this is like 7 months away. Why did we announce it?
No shit. So much can happen in between now and then. Plus, it's hard to keep the hype up for that long, 6-7 months out.
Yeah, that's what for the NAC event, like that was set up like 3 or 4 months in advance. And I told them, I'm like, I'm not really going to promote that until there's like 5 or 6 weeks before the event.
And as far as hosting it, did you go to organic right away, or did you were you going to host it, or you think about someone else to host it? I mean, organic is, the ideal person, but he's also one of the bigger figures in battle rap.
For sure. I mean, really for this event, the way it was like NAC gave me a budget. I hit up my friends, to get them paid, right? Like organic getting a hosting gig, and then 100 Bullets is my good friend in real life. So got him money that was worth his while to come back. A Ward, all these guys. Joey's my good friend. So I was just putting money in the homies' pockets for this event, basically.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm glad too, like I was joking about the Cali Smooth thing, but I'm glad that you didn't try to restrict yourself to be like, base it on, say, just like people from the Ottawa, Montreal, GTA area. And I don't think it would have went over as well. Like A Ward is going to put on a good show. Having 100 Bullets come back after so long away is a big deal. You getting Cali Smooth up here and you battling him is a good look, right? Like, I'm glad that you didn't just try to restrict it to that area, because I don't think you would have got as good of a product out of it.
I agree. That's kind of the way we, I strategically tried to place the card where Cali Smooth has a good buzz right now because he just won, $50,000 doing the Bags and Body show that Hitman put together. So Cali Smooth won that whole thing on TV. A Ward, one of the best in the world, and Bullets, he hasn't battled in a while, so there's a lot of allure about what his return's going to be like. Then also, we have Joey Gambello that's on the card. He's one of the best up and comers in Toronto. He's battling a guy named NBS, who's a local guy from Ottawa. He's the champion of CRB, Capital Rap Battles.
Yep.
So we have him there. And then we have Poe Rich, former King of the Dot and CRB champion versus Apex, who's like the beast mode champion. So we have like all, centers of Canadian battle rap clicking with some Americans there too.
Yeah. And I saw Organic wants to throw 3 events this year, and you're fucking around saying, should you battle on all 3 of them? That could be a hectic year for you.
Yeah, man.
It could be. Yeah, I don't know. Cause like I only did 3 battles last year. I battled Hollow, Big K, and Smugglaz in the Philippines. So I'm already at 3. So we'll see it. We'll see how many more I do.
Have you been to Ireland before?
Never been. I was scheduled. So like 2020 or 2021, they booked me versus this guy named Nugget to battle in Ireland. Got my deposit, signed the contract, but I told them, I'm like, this is like peak COVID, so we'll see. And there were still restrictions and stuff. Couldn't make it. So that got postponed, and then they still wanted me to battle. So now I'm battling Shuffle T out there, which is, a better battle.
I mean, that is way, way early to announce anything, but like, I'm here for that a lot. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that matchup. Yeah.
It's going to be really.
You were on Shuffle's show, weren't you?
Yeah, I did an episode of Sounds Like sometime last year.
Yeah.
Did he just have a kid? Or get married or something?
He might. I'm not sure. I have to check. I have him on IG, but I haven't seen anything about that.
Maybe I dreamed that.
Maybe.
What was the Philippines like? Good. What was the Philippines like? Good?
Dude, Philippines is awesome. It's my second time I've been there. Literally, I'd say like the nicest group of people. Like Filipino people are just so, generous, humble, down to earth people. And the scene out there is unlike anything I've ever seen. Like people in the Philippines love battle rap.
Yeah, and your battle did what, 1 million in a day?
Yeah, I got 1 million views in a day, and I think it's been out for like 2 weeks, and it's at over 2 million.
Yeah, is that the fastest you've hit 1 million?
Oh yeah, well, like I maybe Disaster and Oxymoron did that before. That's fast.
Yeah, but for you,
yeah, clearly for me for sure. And I think it's only been done like 5 or 6 times maybe in battle rap history.
Holy shit! Yeah, the Oxy and Diz one. Diz loves complaining about everything, but he was saying that the bootlegging in Russia really set those numbers back. They should have been a lot higher. Do you know, like, do you have any insight on bootlegging battle rap? Like, does it fuck the numbers up a lot? Is it that bad?
I think it does. So in the Philippines, they don't do pay-per-views for that reason. They don't want any bootlegs and whatnot. So yeah, they don't do pay-per-views, and then they get a lot of people coming live to it, right? So they eliminate the pay-per-view. But I'm pretty sure in terms of like the North American leagues, how they're getting their money is the pay-per-view sales. So, and when there's a pay-per-view out, people are going to bootleg it. So I don't know what the numbers would be like, how it affects it, but I would assume there's, some effect to it.
And I know URL's done like the app thing for a while, and I don't know how you just see people complaining about it, right? It seems like battlers aren't getting as high views because you got to get the app as opposed to YouTube is free. But I'm not sure like what the trade-off would be financially, right? Like, sure, you might not be getting those views on YouTube, but you're getting more money because it's like direct to consumer. They have to pay for it, right?
Yeah.
It's so hard to figure out to get around piracy and not piss off consumers, no matter if it's sports or battle rap or what it is.
100%. I think that what URL is doing with their app, it's better for the league. I think, in terms of financials, they're going to make a lot more money getting the whatever it is, $8 to $10 a month off each person that subscribes to the app. But I think it hinders the battlers' growth because they don't have the YouTube numbers out there, and that's how you get fan bases off YouTube where let's say you're a fan of battle rap and you want to show your friend, you send them a YouTube link. You're not going to send them the cafe or the URL app and be like, yo, just pay $10 and watch this guy. They're just going to say no. So they're
Yep.
kind of hidden behind a paywall, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's so difficult to bring on new viewers. That's the big thing, like you're just touching on, right? To bring on new viewers, because I see people bitch about it all the time, like I said, with URL doing that. And I know that the people mention, I shouldn't say URL mentions, but people mention that they've talked about releasing some things on YouTube and some things on the app. So like that might be the correct answer.
Yep.
But straight to YouTube is always nice.
Yeah, I like why there's something about watching on YouTube that just feels awesome.
Yeah, because with that app, like, is it an app that could be on like a TV or a laptop, or do you strictly have to watch it on your phone for URL?
No, you can put it on like that. But
Oh,
Yeah,
you can?
yeah,
like stream it on your phone or your TV and computer.
yeah.
Mm.
It's kind of wonky, or I don't have it on my TV anymore, but like it is kind of wonky, and there's a lot of complaining about that too. So it's it's no better than anywhere else.
Mm-hmm. And for you, do you find any like a difference? Like for your views, your popularity, your buzz, whatever. If you drop something on URL, like if you have a battle on there, do you find you get as much does it create as much online and buzz and people reaching out to you or tagging you and post what they thought about it? Do you find as much on the YouTube app when you battle on there as same as you do on YouTube, or is YouTube more? Like when your battles come out?
I mean, it depends, right? So like when URL is doing the caffeine live streamed events, URL gets a lot of views. They have the most subscribers. They're the biggest league in North America. So when it's streaming live on caffeine and it's free and it was free for people to watch, I felt I was getting a lot of traction there. But for the battles that they weren't streaming live on caffeine and they were just holding the footage of the app and it came out, I was definitely getting a lot less traction in terms of that. So it depends if they're doing the live streaming with it for free.
I saw a clip of Real Deal recently talking about how getting into battle rap is a terrible career choice and how it's just battle rappers have like these egos and this sense of entitlement basically that's like 10 times more inflated than like your typical rapper, and trying to put a price on who you are, what you bring to the table is so much more difficult because there is no clear wins losses. So people could say shit like, oh, they just won't battle me because they're afraid, even though they are better and stuff like that. Do you agree with any of that at all? Is it a little bit of fuckery that goes on in there where you don't get your proper value, or do you think that could just be him being bitter? Or like, what are your thoughts when you hear that battle rap is not something, especially a guy like Real Deal who's been doing it for so long, would not advise anyone to get into?
Well, I mean, like, I think I haven't seen the clips. I don't know the context, but if you're saying it's not a good career path, maybe he was just saying if it's something you're trying to do full time, like Real Deal is a teacher. There's a lot of people with actual careers, right? So, I mean, if you're looking to battle rap is just more of a really cool community and outlet and a form of competition. And when you reach a certain caliber, you could definitely make some pretty good money, but I don't know if it's an actual like career path. And people have short attention spans, so like you could be the man for a couple of years, have a bad performance, and then you're never booked again, or people don't take you serious. So I wouldn't call it a career path, but it's more of like a passion and a hobby for me.
Yeah, and for you too. I mean, it really was like the start of it all, right? The battle rap is what led to getting on WildNOut.
Yeah.
And that led being on TV led to other opportunities, commercials, movies, and shit like that. So I mean, it was the spark for you, right? You're probably the wrong guy to ask about that.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends. Like, I know Dumbfounded's had a good career with his music. Roan's got into Barstool and seems to be doing well, right? And then there's Hitman, Conceited, Clips, myself, all on WildNOut. So, yeah, there's opportunities out there for sure.
And you got the UFC thing you've been doing for the past like year or so. That's pretty cool too. The few write-ups they've had on you there. How the hell did that come about?
Yeah, so the guy who runs the UFC Fight Pass account on their socials is a pretty big battle rap fan.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah. So like he's definitely a fan because he knows all the battle rappers' names and stuff and events. And he basically he reached out to me after I battled Hollow to Dawn, and he's like,
Mm.
"Yo, you're the boss rooting line." And he's like, "And I've just noticed that you have a bunch of MMA bars, so you're clearly a." He's like, "You're clearly not just like a casual fan if you're dropping a boss rooting bar. That's not like a Conor McGregor or like
Right.
John Jones, Ronda
Yep.
Rousey reference." So he sent like a long message, and it was like from the UFC Fight Pass account, and I was like, "What the fuck? This is crazy." And then his name's Walker, and cool guy, man. Got his number, and he's done a couple write-ups and stuff for the UFC Fight Pass website, and highlighted some of the battles that are upcoming. So
Mm.
yeah, it was kind of a small world moment, right?
No shit, eh? Are you going this weekend? UFC in Toronto?
I'm not going to UFC in Toronto, but I'll be in Ottawa. I'm going to watch it there, and
Mm.
I actually think Strickland's going to win. A lot of people I think he's like one of the worst champs ever, but I think he's going to beat Duplessis.
Yeah, for a while I was kind of unsure, but now that we're getting closer to it, I've taken more of a look back at some of their like recent fights. Obviously that Strickland and Izzy one sticks out. You don't need to go back and rewatch it, but I'm with you, man. I don't. And all the things about, I know Strickland's been getting upset about some shit, which I could see why, some of the stuff DDP's been making fun of him about. But Strickland has never been the guy that fights emotional like that. So I don't think that's going to phase him in there. I think he'll stay composed. As far as DDP taking him down, that's going to be a big task. And if he stands with him, I mean, look what he did to Izzy. That was a terrible matchup. They're not all going to go that way, but just that's crisp boxing he has, and he stays so damn composed. It's crazy how someone like that, like I've seen Sean Strickland fight enough times, right? But yeah, Sean Strickland's fighting, whatever. It's on, I'm watching it. But ever since that Izzy fight, it's like I go back and watch older fights of his. I'm like, damn, how was I not paying enough attention to this guy before this?
Yeah, Sean with the Philly shell that he had for Izzy,
Yeah.
Izzy had no answer for it, right? And I mean, I think Sean Strickland sometimes he's made poor choices, like standing with Alex Pereira. I thought was
Dumb.
really dumb, and paid the price for it. But other than that, he's had a great career and pretty much only lost like a lot of the top guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. DDP, I think he's very unorthodox, and he obviously just killed Robert Whitaker, which I didn't think he was going to win. So maybe he'll surprise me again. But I just feel like Sean Strickland's better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and a shitty thing too for this event up in Toronto. First of all, the tickets prices are fucking outrageous, and
All right.
it's not a stacked card. Like it's
None of them are anymore.
no, but they haven't been to Toronto in however many years, and we have nobody here to put on the card either. There's no GSP, there's no Rory McDonald. There's no Mark Hominick. There's nothing
Mike
like
Mallet,
that.
all right.
Who, sorry?
Mike Mallet, he's like
Yeah.
one of the Canadians on the card. I mean, obviously he's not like a main event type guy, but he's pretty good for Canada.
Yeah. And then there's Jourdain, French dude. He's pretty good.
Yeah, Jordan.
Yeah. But yeah, you know what I mean? We don't have any main card, main event type people in Canada right now. So I can see why, but it still kind of sucks. It would have been nice to get a little something on there. I guess I shouldn't complain. We got a title fight.
Yeah, that's true. That Mean Hakeem is actually a really big battle rap fan. He's been to a couple King of the Dot events.
Really?
Yep.
Holy shit, eh? I
Mhm.
saw Thesaurus posted something a few months ago that Joe Martinez, the in-ring announcer, came up to him and told him he knew who he was. He's a big battle rap fan.
Yeah.
I've known Joe since like 2011.
Oh, wow.
And fucking
No
all
idea.
all the times he was on Rear Naked
Yep.
Choke Radio, him and Joe Rizzo, Mel Close, you obviously know Sharon. Him and Rizzo are like tight buddies, and never a mention of it. It's like, holy shit, Joe Martinez watches battle rap.
That's
never
funny.
know.
I'm gonna bug him now. I haven't talked to him in years. That's hilarious.
Joe Martinez?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny when you say it. You know who Bo Nickel is?
Of course, yeah, he's a good up and comer in the UFC.
Right. So before his first UFC fight, I forget what I was watching him on, doing some interview, and he was saying shit like I'm gonna body him, and if it goes to the distance, I'm gonna 3-0 him. And I was like, he has to fucking be a battle rap fan. So I want to reach out to him. I meant he has to be. Who else says that shit? I'm gonna 3-0 him. What the fuck?
I guess they do have 3 rounds there, so they could say 3-0, or but
they don't.
3-0 is a battle rap term, and so is body.
Right. When you say that in the same sentence, I was just like, he has to be a battle rap fan. There's no way he's not.
Fairly young too, right? He's in his 20s, or
yeah, he's like 22 or 23 or something. 24 maybe at the most.
Probably seen battle rap.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a big part of pop culture these days. Like huge. There was even some show on TV I never watched or something, wasn't there, where like some battlers were writing for some of the, there was like celebrities doing actual rap battles.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Mike with James Corden.
Okay, yeah. See, you know what I mean? It's crazy that, did you ever think, I never thought battle rap would be in that position with someone like James Corden. And you know, you got like what's his name? Andy Schwimmer, is that his fucking name?
David Schwimmer?
David Schwimmer, that's his name.
Okay.
Is
he Canadian?
I have no idea.
I don't know. He sounds Canadian.
Yeah.
No clue. But yeah, you know, I never thought battle rap would be there. Especially, you know what I mean? Because like when it started out, it was like one of those like dirty underground things, almost like MMA, where it's just like, you know, people even heard the word of it. They're like, well, that battle rap stuff's not music. It's just people calling each other names. It's like, there's so much more to it than that.
Yeah, who knows? Like we're just, we love doing it, right? And we'll see how far it goes. If it's, I always keep thinking it's peaked, but it seems like every year it's been on a good trajectory.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you gonna be back for WildNOut again?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. So we were supposed to film in October of last year, got delayed. Then it was supposed to be April this year, so upcoming in a couple months. Then that's been delayed, and they're saying it's going to be in October of this year now. So, yeah, I don't know. They're sitting. We have a season that's already been recorded that hasn't aired, so they're sitting on that footage. And this is I've been there for 6 years or so. This is the longest we've been without making new content.
And no idea why?
I have no idea why.
What about
they've been renewed for another season, so it has nothing to do with it. It's not canceled or anything. They're just taking their sweet time to film the next season.
You don't
Dude,
sound
like,
very
not
happy.
that it's a priority, but if you are down here in October, it is the absolute best time of year to be here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I'm only like an hour and a half from Atlanta. Yeah. It's the prettiest, like, calmest, nicest, most moderate not kill yourself weather that you'll see here.
Amazing. Hopefully it's in October then.
Yeah, dude, it's way nicer than July or whatever their crap you said.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Atlanta's it's a cool spot. We've been there, I think, the last like 6 or 7 seasons. They haven't switched it up. It's just been Atlanta.
Right. I know the last few years, actually, I think I've said to Jason every year, like, why don't I ever bother him? I'm right here. And I never do. Never have.
Free tickets, just hit me up.
I know, dude. Like yeah,
go.
same with Ness. I also don't ever go see Ness, but like one day.
Yeah, one day.
She keeps saying one day. Well, she finally made it to fucking a KOTD event. I give her that. She was at Stay Forever.
Yep, that was a good time. That was, long live Pat Stay. That was a great event. And it's still not done, right? Because the court case is in September of this year.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hopefully they bury that cocksucker under the fucking prison. But yeah, that Stay Forever was I mean, besides the reason of it happening, I would have rather happened for any other reason. The event was fucking incredible. I don't know how. Well, I mean, even guys like you that have been friends with Pat for so long, you were just out for your battle for the night. That's tough enough, but like organic, having to keep coming out on that stage. And then when Pat's wife or fiance gave him Pat's chain back, I was just like, God damn, how are you not in tears all night long? That must have been such an emotional night for that guy. And like I said, even you and a lot of the people there that knew Pat very well.
It was tough, right? And like the way we looked at it, it was more like an all-star game, right? As opposed to like an actual fight. So like when Hollow and I battled, we're both doing it for free. It's a charity event, right? So like we weren't there to say like hateful things about
Yeah.
each other, right? And
Right.
also Pat's family is going to be there. Pat's friends are going to be there. So
His
it didn't
brother,
want to
yeah.
fuck you, Hollow, you did this. I'm like, how am I gonna call him a bad? How am I going to talk about how bad he is of a person when it's like he's coming here to help Pat's family? So it was more like we're going to do, Toronto references and Pat Stay references and LLPS and all that stuff. So I consider it not even like a real battle. And then we sacrificed the third round to bring out Jin and
No sacrifice. It was so hard.
sacrifice the third round. We're like, fuck it, this will be cool. Let's bring out Jin and Ilmac. So it was a good time, man. It was unfortunate circumstances, like you said, but I think we raised like in the 200 to 250,000 range for Pat's family, so which was great.
Beautiful. And I know there's, been rumors or whatever of possibly doing another one at some point, and I hope it does get done. I'll be there in full support again, man. It was such a good time.
It won't be quite the same though.
No, there's
like
no way it can replicate that. But still, I mean, it was good. And like you said, right, treating it more like an all-star game. So even if it was done, every couple of years or something, and it was still treated like an all-star game, people, you're gonna have surprise battles, maybe one rounders or whatever, right? It was such a good time in that sense. That night, it was floating around the crowd a bit that Ilmac is in the building and he's going to be battling. And what I overheard was Jim's. And I was like,
because you're a deaf motherfucker, dude.
I was like, why the fuck what the fuck? I'm like, you're telling me that this is going to end with Ilmac versus Jim's? No offense to Jim's, but fucking Jim's? Like,
that's the surprise.
And then I saw Jen come out. I grabbed Amy by her shoulder. I was like, it's fucking Jen. Oh, man.
And what did I say?
I told you.
Right.
Yeah, Jin's a legend. Like the fact that Jin came back after like 20 years of not battling, did it for free. Like,
what was even better about that though is that like it was obvious that he didn't just like feel like he should, or like it kind of opportunistic. Like he talked about that shit for months. Like he was heavy on the battle rap again on socials after that. Like you could tell that he was like, yeah, man, that was a good choice.
Yeah, it was a good time for him. And you know what? I don't think he's coming back to battle rap. He just wanted to show love to Pat Stay and have his, Jin's a big name. He's a legend. So like blogs were picking it up and it just drew more attention to the pay-per-views for Pat's family and everything. And you know what, like, even if we don't do it because it's really hard to get a group of people to work for free, right? Like the cameraman worked for free, everyone worked for free. So I don't know if we'll be able to do another Stay Forever charity event again, but even if it's just called Stay Forever, right? And there's like we're showing Pat Stay videos and showing love to Pat. I still think it's a good staple name event to have, right? It doesn't have to be a charity event because, it's hard, especially in this economy, getting 50 people to work for free on something is pretty hard.
Yeah, no shit. And I mean, there's tons of costs to cover besides getting them for free, right? You got air flights, hotels, all that shit. People have per diems. Like there's a lot more than just that. So yeah, because I mean, an event like that, what's that gonna cost to pull off if everybody's getting paid what they're supposed to get paid? Like hundreds of thousands, like
I have to ask Organic, but I would assume it would be like in the like 150 to 300,000 range.
Oh, okay. I thought it might be a little higher, like $500 million.
Yeah, probably 150 to 3.
Jesus, man. Yeah, no, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing to see go down.
Did the venues do anything in terms of like, since this is a charity event, we'll hook you up? Do you know?
I know for a fact they did not. They don't give a fuck.
I mean, but he battled at Adelaide? Where did he battle at? He battled at one of them once upon a time.
Yeah, they honestly don't care. They're just like, yeah, if you want it, this is the price. There's no
cool. You're awesome.
No discount.
That's sad, man. That is really sad.
They don't. I mean, I get it. I agree, but it's just like, nope. This is the price. We don't care what you're doing the event for.
And it's even worse because KOTD's done business with them in the past.
Right.
So right, so like we've done business together, things have went well. This is a fundraiser for a friend that passed away. That was a big part of the company. Yeah, we can knock $10 off. Nope.
Nope, this is the price.
Sons of bitches, eh?
And then they made me throw away my sandwich.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious. But they let me bring a glass pipe in. We're going and they took Amy's sandwich out of her purse, made her throw it in the garbage, and I was like, I guess I gotta throw this. So the girl's like, no, that's fine.
Fuck
The
you,
glass,
dude.
I could bust the pipe over somebody's head and stab him in the neck with it. Like,
No gives a fuck. She was more concerned about a peanut allergy, I guess. I don't know.
It was funny at that event too. I was standing outside having a cigarette when you pulled up in the van with Smack and Beasley. So you hopped out. I saw you get out first, and I was looking forward to see what's up. And just people started mobbing you, coming at you, and I was like, I'm not getting fucking near that. They're like, "Hey, Sharon, can I get a selfie? Sharon, can I get a selfie?" And I was like, I'm not getting in line for that shit.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, man.
I felt like that event was pretty, like the fans were pretty good about not being too much of that.
No,
like the vibe was much more calm and like, let's act right.
Yeah.
Well, the fans are always usually really good, and obviously don't mind like taking pictures and doing all that stuff. So I don't mind all that. We show love to the fans, appreciate them coming out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like that being at that event, like fucking, that's a networking fucking just great time, right? And I was like, I'm not here to network, so I wouldn't. But at one point, fucking Real Sick was standing right in front of me, like fucking 18 inches away, doing nothing. He was standing there holding a water bottle, just looking around. And I was like, when else am I ever going to be able to get his contact info? And I'm like, I'm not doing it at this fucking event. I'm not here to network.
Yeah, man. Real Sick is you could always hit him up too. He's a cool guy. I'm sure he would do an interview.
Yeah. I've just never looked at the channels to get a hold of him, but I should do that at some point because I would love to have him on. He's one of those guys that there's like the grind time era, whatever, and then like you came along right on the cusp of the grind time era, right? And the people that came around you and just after you, and then you're not getting the legends coming out like you were then. So it's an A-word pops up or a Shiny P pops up and like that kind of thing. Well, Real Sick is the guy now for me for that, right? Over the past few years, he's that new guy that's on the radar, that it's not like he came out and had a couple of good performances. He's been just fucking killing it since he stepped on the scene and hasn't lost a step yet. It's awesome to see.
Yeah, he's honestly one of the best people doing it right now, whether they're newcomers or vets. He's amazing.
Yeah. So I guess he's on your radar then?
Hell yeah, I battle Real Sick.
That was slick.
I wasn't even meaning for that. It just fucking happened.
Real slick. Yeah.
Yeah, well they're battling in December, but it won't be announced until tomorrow.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, I know Ilmac and Real Sick are battling. I mean, it's not out there, and maybe not everyone knows, and I'm not releasing it like that. It's fucking Avocado's fault. Avocado put in a clip of him and Ilmac on Ruin Your Day talking, and they're talking about a possibility between Ilmac and Real Sick. And fucking Avocado's like, yeah, when you guys battle, it's going to be dope. And,
right.
And Amy said it to me. She's like, listen to what he said. I was like, I don't get it. She's like, listen. I was like, oh, when? Avocado said, yeah, when you guys, because that was the other thing too. Ilmac said, I think it should happen on King of the Dot. And Avocado's like, yeah, when that happens, it'll be dope. And I was like, I can't say for sure that it's booked or anything, but I was like, God damn, that gets me excited.
Maybe it sounds like it's one of those matches that people want to see, so it should be booked. Maybe it'll be on one of the three.
Pretty casual. It felt like it was just a thing that they were referring to that had been talked about before.
Yeah, I know it's definitely been talked about. I just don't know if it's been, inked, but
well, you wouldn't tell us if it was.
Liberty to know.
Oh shit. All right, Amy, you want to get anything else with Sharon before we let him go?
I don't think so. I literally was like, my only question is, why are we hearing about this now if we have to wait until July? But you led with that, so.
What, Shuffle Tea?
Yeah, dude. He said that to me like 2 hours ago, Jason did, and I was like, I'm all the way here for that. It's in July.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the thing. I can't even think about writing for it. I'm like, this is in like 6-7 months. I'm like, I'll wait, a couple more months to even start thinking of stuff to say.
Are they still doing Sounds Like? What was the live thing they were doing with that?
They're doing it in front of a live crowd is what they're doing.
Did you see any of that? those?
I never, I heard he was doing it. I never saw anything in front of a live crowd, but I've seen episodes of Sounds Like, yeah.
Yeah, me too. I love it. That's where I'm like, I wonder how that would go over with a live audience.
I'm sure it probably went over pretty well. I know he was doing it. I just never saw any clips or anything of it, but I heard it happened and I think it must have got a good reception.
That'd be cool. Put that on the docket.
Let's do it.
All right. You good, Amy?
Yeah, I think I've
Sure.
booked enough Sounds Like shows for Sharon in my life.
Is that the one that came
That
up
was
after
the
you-
one. Yeah.
Yeah, Amy was trying to get you on the show, and then all of a sudden you were announced on the show.
There you go.
What
Yeah,
was
she's-
Liam? What's that? Is that his name? I don't remember. I
Yeah,
haven't talked to him in like a
Bagnall.
year.
Liam Bagnall, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bagnall. Yeah, he was like, good idea. And I was like, yep. And then like 2 months later, I was like, hey, that's a good idea. And he was like, yep.
Yeah, that was sick. It was a good time. I'd definitely do the show again. It was a fun time being on there.
All right, Sharon, February 10th, National Arts Center in Ottawa. That's going down. What else? Anything else you want to plug? I mean, I know we talked the UW. We talked that battle in 25 years from now in Ireland. Right, anything else? You got the floor, man. If there's anything you want to plug.
Yeah, I mean, maybe just check out my battle with Smugglaz out on the FlipTop channel. I think that was super cool. It's getting a lot of attention out there. And yeah, that's it. Shout out Organic, King of the Dot, and Amy, Jason. Thanks for having me on the show. It's always a pleasure.
Always, brother. Always, brother. I love having you on here. All right, my friend. For Corey Charron, Amy Barton, I'm Jay Kelly. It's Build Downtown. We out. Peace.
Peace.